Well, there you are. It is Tuesday, June the 4th. So glad you're here. Here's what we're working on this morning. City of Hamilton is a step away from becoming a paid plasma-free zone.
Hamilton police have issued a warrant for a man considered armed and dangerous.
And Cyndi Lauper announces her farewell tour. And Girls Just Want to Have Fun is going to be in my head all day long.
Yes.
Good stuff there. Good morning.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
We haven't talked yet.
We have not said a word to each other.
Hello.
And we've been working. We said hello.
You came in and you said hello, and I said hello.
And then for 3.5 hours, we're just working away.
Putting the best darn show together for
That's
you.
what they do in the news. I don't even want to look at you. I'm not looking at you.
It's like,
Well, honestly, the other thing is, too, it's nice. Let's save it for the show.
Yes.
Save it for the show.
Be fresh.
Yeah,
Good
be
plan.
fresh,
Well, here's the show.
All right.
So, all right. Now you can say hi.
Hi.
And hello to you, Brian.
And good morning. Yes, good morning. Not quite as foggy this morning, which is nice. In this area, anyhow, in Niagara, it is pretty foggy at the moment. There are fog advisories for Guelph and Kitchener and Brant this morning. It's a little hazy, as you can see on that particular camera behind me, but that fog, whatever mist we have this morning, will dissipate. We'll see some sunshine today. Sunshine. Some cloud cover just a little bit, and then we're looking at chance of a shower for today. But warmer today. We're looking at 27, humidex of 34. Yesterday we got to about 22, and we're sitting at 14 right now. Weather coming up. Quick check on traffic, 403 Waterdown Road. Light volume, nothing there. No problems in the Hamilton area right now. MTO traffic cameras show you Nikola Tesla Boulevard moving nicely toward the Skyway. Here's the other side of the Skyway south of 2 all the way through east of Appleby. I will show you the cameras there. You can see where the fog is right now through Niagara. That's the QEW at Ontario Street, St. Catharines. So we'll look at weather and traffic. Coming up as usual for you right now, the news.
Up first this morning, we're getting a glimpse of a gunfight that broke out in downtown Hamilton in broad daylight. So police have released video of the shooting that happened on Friday. The video shows 3 men walk casually across the top of the frame. At one point, one of the men crouches behind a car, and police say that's when the gunfight broke out. As the man shoots over the roof of the car, the 3 men then run off. So this happened just after 11 in the morning on Friday at Market Street in Caroline. There's no word on any injuries. Police say there were 2 groups of suspects involved in this shooting, 3 young black men in one group and 2 young black men in the other. Anyone with information is asked to contact police.
3 people convicted of manslaughter in the torture and death of a Hamilton man are set to be sentenced later this month. Tommy Wong was killed in February of 2021 after being lured to his then-girlfriend's East Hamilton apartment. There he was beaten, tortured, and robbed. He died in hospital 2 weeks later. 30-year-old Jason Long was convicted of second-degree murder in the case. He's already been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 16 years. Wong's girlfriend at the time, Madeline Paternal, along with Robin Cove and Daniel Holland, all pleaded guilty to manslaughter. They'll be sentenced June 24th. Manslaughter carries a potential life sentence, but the Crown and defense are arguing for between 5 and 10 years in prison for each.
And staying in Hamilton, police have issued an arrest warrant for a man who is considered armed and dangerous. 23-year-old Alexander Law of Hamilton is wanted on multiple charges, including robbery with a firearm and assault. Police were called to a Hunter Street apartment around 8:30 on Thursday night, where a man in her 40s was found in the hallway with a significant cut on her forehead. Police also say a woman in her 70s was robbed of her cell phone. 2 male suspects fled on foot. Police have identified Law as one of them. If you have information, reach out to police officers or call 911. Officers are still trying to identify the second suspect.
Hamilton's Public Health Committee has voted unanimously to declare the city a no-paid plasma zone. Simone Gavris joins us now from the planned clinic's location in Hamilton's East End with more.
Hi, good morning, Annette. Well, the decision comes after this paid-for plasma clinic was planned to open up in the location right here behind me. This is in a plaza near Barden and the Red Hill. But Mayor Andrea Horwath put forward a motion that would move to ban these happenings here in the city, and she explained her concerns with having these clinics here in Hamilton.
For donation clinics, for me, as a values statement, are predatory in nature. And so that's why I believe that we should not be allowing those kinds of things to happen here in our city. The for-profit plasma industry targets racialized and disadvantaged neighborhoods, drawing from folks who are living in chronic poverty, folks who are unhoused, students, and just everyday folks who are facing economic hardship. And that's evident in the locations that they choose to set up.
Now, the plans for the clinic opening came to light earlier this year, which would see Spanish company Grifols working with Canadian Blood Services to open several pay-for-plasma clinics. One of them that would be right here on Barden Street. Now, Grifols already has 10 pay-for-plasma locations across Canada, but none are here in Ontario. Now, back in 2014, Ontario passed a law that banned paying for blood and plasma. However, the Canadian Blood Services and any agent working on its behalf is exempt from that. Now, a number of delegates spoke yesterday in the meeting, both in support of paid-for-plasma clinics and in support of banning the clinics. But the motion ultimately passed 13-0. Now, the vote and the motion will be up for full ratification at next week's council meeting. But for now, I'll send things back over to you, Tim.
Thanks, Mo. The Liberals' pharmacare bill is on its way to the Senate after passing the third and final reading in the House of Commons late yesterday. So the shared effort by the Liberals and the New Democrats would see the federal government offer first-payer coverage of some contraceptive and diabetes medications that would set the stage for a more fulsome universal pharmacare program down the road. The goal is that Canadians will be able to access the contraceptive or diabetes drugs by showing their health card, whether they have insurance coverage or not.
The Ontario government plans to nearly double the number of publicly funded MRIs and CT scans offered through private clinics. This is part of the province's plan to expand the number of facilities offering services like cataract surgery and hip and knee replacement. Ontario's health minister says new licenses are expected to be issued this fall, providing at least 100,000 more MRIs and CT scans each year. Critics are concerned that increasing the role of private delivery signals a stepping stone to privatization. Well, starting June 27th, children and people with disabilities across Canada will be eligible for the federal dental care program. Citizen Services Minister Terry Beach says those under 18 and people getting the disability tax credit can apply on that date. To qualify, you have to be uninsured and have a household income of less than $90,000 a year. The government estimates this latest expansion will extend eligibility to more than 1 million people. A one-time student at Mohawk College has been named the school's new president. Paul Armstrong's appointment was announced yesterday. He was named a vice president of Mohawk in 2016 and is currently the college's chief operating officer. He graduated from Mohawk in 1988 with a diploma in radiological technology. Shortly after 8 o'clock this morning, Armstrong will join us in studio to talk about his plans for future students.
All right, good stuff there. Let's get into Sportsline. Not good stuff here because the Blue Jays wrapped up a soft part of their schedule on Sunday with a win over Pittsburgh for their second straight series win. But things are getting a whole lot tougher now for the next while. And it started last night with Baltimore in town, who have dominated the Jays as of late.
And a drive to left field. Back goes Varsho, and all he can do is turn and watch it go.
And that continued last night. Kevin Gausman was not the Kevin Gausman we know and love as his tough season continued, giving up 3 home runs, 2 of them to Austin Hayes, which were his first moonshots of the season. Orioles beat the Jays for the 88th time in the last 9 dates, dating back to last season, 7-2 the final to kick off the 4-game series. Only bright spot, Vladdy Jr. on his bobblehead night blasted his 6th home run to center field. Next month will really show who this team is, as every series against a plus 500 team except one. Game 2 between these two goes tonight. Okay, off to Paris, where Novak Djokovic is off to the quarterfinals of the French Open because of amazing plays like this one. An epic fourth-round match against Francisco Cerundola of Argentina. 37-year-old battled back from 2 sets down to win in 5 sets to win his 370th Grand Slam match, which breaks Roger Federer's all-time men's record. He is now off to his 59th Grand Slam quarterfinal. Ouch, that just hurts to look at. It also passes Fed's record of 38. A world number 1 faces Casper Ruud tomorrow, with other men's quarterfinals and women's quarterfinals happening right now. Let's go to the ice, where we have plenty of time to break down the Stanley Cup Finals. It won't start until Saturday night in Sunrise, Florida, where the Panthers, led by a couple of locals, hope to avenge their loss last year to the champs from Vegas. Waterdown's Carter Verhaeghe and his 9 goals in the playoffs. They headline the Panthers offense, trying for their first ever Cup win. Ashweeken's Brandon Montour also in the mix once again on the back end for the Panthers, and he will be up against a very familiar face across the ice. Burford's Adam Henrique, who has played 14 seasons in the league, was traded to Edmonton during the season and heads up the Henrique Montour Foundation. The two of them started to give back to Brant County and Six Nations with charity work in the offseason. And of course you have Hamilton's Darnell Nurse, who's had an up and down playoffs but finished really strong in their series win over Dallas. But no matter who wins Lord Stanley, it will be visiting the area in the offseason. Let's stay with Edmonton, because the Elks kick off their season on Saturday when they host the Rough Riders, and it was supposed to be a 7 p.m. start, which would be tough to get a crowd with puck drop in Game 1 of the Cup Final just an hour later. So the team has adjusted the start time to 4 o'clock so it won't conflict with Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final between the Oilers and Florida Panthers.
I'm a sucker for you. Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you.
And in the lead up to the kickoff to the CFL season this week, we already know who's going to be playing the halftime show at the Grey Cup in November in Vancouver. Big one. Jonas Brothers headlining the 111th Grey Cup on the 17th of November from BC Place. The international acclaimed group, made up of brothers Nick, Joe, Kevin, have sold over 200 million albums, fresh off touring their latest one called, aptly, The Album.
All right, it's 6:12 already on the 4th morning of June. A little hazy, but not quite as foggy as it was yesterday morning, so that's good. We'll start with traffic here. I've got nothing in traffic, not a lot of volume, no collisions at the moment. Still some lingering construction. Looks good there at the 403 on Waterdown Road. That's one of our exclusive cameras. Where we do have some fog is in Niagara. Here's the QEW at Ontario Street once again. That's going through St. Catharines. A little bit of fog through here. Not too bad at Nikola Tesla Boulevard still. Here's east of Brant. So Toronto-bound lanes are coming towards us. Still pretty light. Same thing east of Royal Windsor Drive. 427 Gardner QEW combination. Nothing to talk about right there. So it looks good. Temperature at the moment, we're a little cooler than yesterday morning. We're sitting at 14 degrees, light winds, humidity right up there again, 100%. And we do have some mist. It's not really thick fog this morning. It's just kind of hazy skies. We are going to see some sun for today, mix of sun and clouds, but there is a chance of a shower as the day progresses. A warmer day today, 27, feeling like 34. We got to 22 degrees yesterday. We're watching an approaching disturbance to the west of us, as you can see. That's that line of precipitation getting closer to us. Shouldn't really bother us today, just some instability today, but tomorrow it looks like showers and thunderstorms rumbling through, and they will linger into Thursday as well. And then we're going to see, well, it's going to get a little bit better for the weekend. Temperatures today, anywhere from 26, 7, 28 degrees, 27 in Hamilton's going to feel like 34. There's that chance of showers. Showers, possible thunderstorms into Guelph and Kitchener. Tonight, the skies will be clear. It's going to be milder overnight. Temperature 17 degrees, so we shouldn't get any fog, but fairly clear skies. And then tomorrow, well, there comes that instability. Temperatures a touch cooler, 25 to 27, 22 degrees, Cayuga, Simcoe, and Brantford. Otherwise, we'll see showers, possible thunderstorms, and it's going to become cloudy after a bit of sunshine to start the day. So out the door this morning on the 4th of June, it again is foggy, misty in some areas, light winds, and we're sitting at 14 right now. And we will look long range coming up. Annette, Tim.
Thanks, Brian. Oh, hello, Emily.
Hello. Hi. Do you guys remember this skit, and I believe it was from Saturday Night Live, of Da Bears? Mm-hmm. Well,
yes.
Comedic genius has Travis Kelce into the mix, and Jason Sudeikis, and he's asking him about when he's going to pop the question to Taylor Swift, and it is hilarious.
Okay, so we're talking about that. Good.
We'll
I haven't seen it yet.
Avril Lavigne brought a special guest on stage with her in her Las Vegas show. We'll discuss as well.
Cool.
Okay.
We'll see you in the couch.
Was it a skater boy?
Maybe.
Take a break. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Coming up after the break, Torontonians could face a total shutdown of the TTC as early as Friday. $6.17. Here's the numbers for you. Canadian dollar lost 24 basis points this morning, sitting at 73.10 cents US. Gold down over 18 bucks, 23.50 an ounce. Crude oil down $1.62, 72.60 a barrel. Off to Europe we go. This is where we say hello, Europe. Trading is down in London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
In Asia, the markets were down today in Tokyo, but up in Hong Kong and Shanghai. Not by a lot, though. Checking North American markets, the TSX had triple-digit losses, as did the Dow. The Nasdaq was up by almost 100.
Okay, glad you're here on this Tuesday morning. If you're heading towards Toronto later this week, just be warned, the clock is ticking down on a possible strike that could shut down Toronto's transit system. ATU Local 113 says it's nearly 12,000 members, including transit operators, could strike Friday if they do not reach a deal on a new contract. And transit strike hasn't happened in the city of Toronto since 2008, maybe because the province designated the TTC an essential service. A court struck down that designation last year, opening the door to strike action.
The Quebec government is going to spend $31 million to add metal detectors in 9 courthouses in the province. They're also going to hire more special court constables. As of earlier this year, only a few Montreal area courthouses had airport-style security in place. Groups representing Quebec justice system workers have been asking the province to increase security after a court interpreter was stabbed in a Quebec courthouse in January.
Tesla Canada has recalled nearly 110,000 vehicles due to a software upgrade that might prevent the correct warning indicators from showing when there are issues with the braking system or when the parking brakes are used. Transport Canada says while there is a low risk to safety, Canadian regulations require visual warnings to use common symbols instead of words to avoid driver confusion. Meanwhile, there's a recall out for more than 125,000 Teslas in the U.S. It's over an issue with the seatbelt warning system. Visit Tesla.com to check if your car is affected by this recall.
Meantime, the world's largest car maker, Toyota, has apologized for providing manipulated or incorrect data for safety certification tests. And a day later, this morning, officials with Japan's transport ministry raided Toyota's headquarters. The fraudulent testing involved the use of inadequate or outdated data in collision tests and incorrect testing of airbag inflation and rear seat damage in crashes. Engine tests were also falsified. The deceptive tests do not affect the safety of vehicles already on the road. Last year, Toyota sold over 11 million vehicles.
Dr. Pepper isn't showing any signs of fizzing out. Soft drink, which boasts a blend of 23 flavors, did not know that, is now the second most popular soda in the United States. Coca-Cola, still king, but Dr. Pepper kicked Pepsi from the runner-up slot to third place. So according to Beverage Digest, Dr. Pepper sales have recently climbed while Pepsi's have dropped. Dr. Pepper debuted in 1885 before Coke and Pepsi.
Wow.
Do you like it?
No, it's too sweet.
Yeah,
it tastes to me like kind of like cough syrup.
Do you like pop?
Mm-hmm. I love.
What do you like?
I love me the #1 brand.
Oh yeah. It's something that I don't know. I just don't really drink much. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a break, maybe crack open a pop or two. Brian's going to be back with your traffic and forecast.
All right, 6:24. It's Tuesday morning. There is some fog around. I'll tell you, the skies are fairly misty in the Hamilton area, but it's foggy in Niagara this morning, which is completely opposite to what we had yesterday. Here's the QEW at Niagara Street. Traffic is moving fine, though, so nothing there. Here's south of 2, so coming off the Skyway heading toward Fairview, moving not too badly. Nothing east of Appleby. Pretty busy here at Lorne Park, and we'll flip ahead to the 403 at Burnham Thorpe. Either direction, pick one. Both directions doing fine. Okay, temperature this morning. Hamilton sitting at the cool spot at 14 degrees. They're playing cards over there. They tell me it's research. Okay, we'll find out. 14 in Hamilton, 15 for Grimsby, Mississauga, 16 for Toronto. Seasonal temperatures now 23 for the daytime high. We got to 22 yesterday. 11 for the overnight low. Those are our sun times and records for today. For school today, we should be 20 degrees by the first bell and some sun. 27, humidex of about 34 after school, and it's only a 30% chance of showers. So that's how it shapes up for the day today. Some sunshine, but showers possible. 17 tonight, skies will be clear. Tomorrow, touch cooler, 25, humidex 32. There's that chance of showers and thunderstorms for the day tomorrow. And then it gets cooler, 23 on Thursday with chance of showers. Friday, 70th, that's CHCH's 70th anniversary. Yeah, been around. Cloudy skies. Looks better for Saturday. We'll get some sun, but still chance of showers and cloudy for Sunday. Let's find out about the research as they continue to play cards.
Right. Not just any cards, Brian.
Uno.
Yeah. Uno.
Yeah.
Because actually, Uno has been around for more than 50 years, and it's more popular than ever, Annette.
Mattel says roughly one Uno deck is sold almost every second. This was last year, so nearly 60 decks a minute. That's up from 17 sets each minute 3 years ago. The big appeal? Uno is inexpensive, almost any age can play, and the game moves quickly. If you've never played Uno, players draw a handful of cards and take turns trying to discard them, and the first player with no cards left wins. And Tim just
I won the first one.
just moments ago. The game was invented by a barber in Ohio who sold them at U.S. campgrounds until the 1980s when he and his wife sold the rights.
You go. So you can go any color there.
I can.
You can go any color.
Okay.
So you're going. Oh, another one?
Yeah.
Another any color?
Yep.
Goodness. Okay. We actually took this one from the canteen. It was sitting in there.
Okay.
So then that's me.
That's you.
Because it's color or number, right?
Oh, and number and sequence, right?
Sequence.
Okay.
So green. Is this fascinating for you at home? Yeah. So it's mine. There we go.
Okay.
Go.
No. Okay, I got another one.
Another one. Okay, go.
I'm down to 2.
Go.